99 yards for the touchdown. Unbelievable.
The final episode of the Red Zone Recap, where we go over everything NFL that happened over the last week, from games, scores, stats, and more. I'm your host, Josh, and today we'll go over the final game of the NFL season, the Super Bowl, where we had an entertaining game between the Seahawks and the Patriots, with Seattle ultimately taking the win in this one, 29-13. Let's go to Jaden and Zach with the highlights.
Yeah, so Seattle Seahawks win the Super Bowl. It was a great season, Jaden.
Yep.
Absolutely incredible game. I mean, we kind of knew going into it that Seattle was kind of going to take this one.
Yep.
Patriots didn't play a great game against Denver. Of course, Denver was injured in the AFC Championship game with Bo Nix. But for Seattle, they had some really key players, including Sam Darnold, A.J. Barner, and Kenneth Walker. Darnold threw for 202, a passing touchdown. Barner had 4 receptions for 54 yards and a touchdown. And Kenneth Walker, another incredible postseason game with 161 yards.
Yeah, I mean, Kenneth Walker, it was really undeniable this postseason. Every single game that they played, it felt like he was the true MVP of the team.
And that's why he won Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, he did inevitably win Super Bowl MVP. But yeah, I mean, JSN, obviously he's an incredible receiver, but he didn't really have like a super duper breakout game that we were expecting from him. Had a decent game against the Rams, but I mean, Kenneth Walker just absolutely lights out in every single game, and I feel he was a huge reason why they got to the Super Bowl, and then he was a huge reason as to why they won. Wasn't really ever close. Their defense, obviously, is what people were talking about all year, but yeah, just a huge win from the Seahawks.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about JSN, it looked like the Patriots had their game plan down when it came to guarding JSN. Christian Gonzalez played a great game. And for the Patriots, if you look at the stat line, it looks like they had a great game. But a lot of those numbers were put up late in the fourth quarter. Drake May, almost 300 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Mac Hollins had a nice touchdown, which we'll talk about a little bit later. He had 4 receptions. And Rondre Stevenson had 63 total yards and a touchdown. And then Seattle on defense, Uchenna Nwosu had a pick 6. That was one of the bigger parts of the game. And Jason Myers also going 5 for 5 in field goals with 2 PATs, accounting for 17 of their 29 points. A
lot of people were saying that he maybe should have been MVP because he went out there and he basically outscored the Patriots all by himself. But I mean, that would have been a pretty unpopular opinion, I feel, if a kicker won MVP.
I mean, going into this game, of course, everyone was looking at it's the rematch of the famous Malcolm Butler interception game, right?
Intercepted at the goal line.
Intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler. Brady got was that his 6th or his 5th?
I think it was his 5th.
It was his 5th, yeah. Both teams had missed the playoffs in the year prior, and you had the dark side defense against the MVP runner-up quarterback sensation, Drake May. I mean, it was a great storyline going into this game.
Yeah, I mean, this was definitely one that I feel like a lot of people felt like this could be a revenge game, even though we talked about it last week. Revenge game, even though there's basically whole different teams, whole different players on each side, but the organization still kind of carry those things on. And obviously the fans haven't left since then. So definitely satisfying for the Seahawks and their fans to be able to pick up a win over the Sith Lords of the NFL and the New England Patriots.
So we'll talk about the first half here. Seattle dominated early. New England punted on all 5 of their first half possessions, literally could not get past midfield. And Jason Myers was the only offense for a long time. He had 3 field goals to make it 9-0 at the half. Kind of a boring first half. And the Patriots struggle. I mean, they only had 48 passing yards in the first half. Drake May just wasn't able to get the ball to his receivers, and it was a little bit boring to start.
The Seahawks defense was definitely struggling in the first half, and then the Patriots just couldn't get anything started. So obviously it's a tale of 2 halves. So we'll talk about the second half. There was a strip sack. Derek Hall sacked Drake May, recovered by Byron Murphy II. This set up the game's first touchdown, which was a 16-yard strike from Sam Darnold to tight end A.J. Barner, who really broke out this postseason, I feel like late in the year as well. And then the dagger came with Devon Witherspoon. He hit May while he was throwing, and then we talked about Nwosu catching that fluttered ball and took it for a 44-yard pick 6.
Yeah, and then it went up to 29-7, pretty much effectively ending the Patriots' hopes at that point. Well, congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks for winning their 2nd Super Bowl. Now let's head back to Josh for our top plays of the week.
Zach said it himself. It's now time for your top 3 highlight plays of the week, starting with play number 1, where Derek Hall stripped the football from Drake May, allowing Brian Murphy to jump on it, giving Seattle a great field position. Let's check it out.
This can't happen today.
She's still here. It's 3rd and 5. May's trying to step up. He lost the football. It's free, and Seattle has recovered. Byron Murphy falls on the football.
Ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by Seattle. First down.
Derek Hall knocked it out. The game's first turnover belongs to this incredibly talented Seattle defense.
He's going to come up and then loop back underneath to end up with this forced fumble. And remember, Mike, this is a 4-man rush. One of the reasons that Drake May has had so much trouble finding somebody open down the field is they can't block the guys in a 4-man rush. And if you can't do that, you have almost no chance to win a game. This is, I know people are going to say not enough offense, all that kind of stuff. This has been one of the most brilliant performances I have ever seen in the National Football League. This defensive performance is as good as I have seen.
Next up, we have our number 2 play with one of the few great plays by the Patriots in this game, as Drake May found Mac Hollins early in the 4th quarter trying to spark a comeback.
Gain of 24, trying to find some tempo, trying to take a shot play. Downfield for Hollins, he's got it! Touchdown, New England!
For the final time on Red Zone Recap, our top play of this week is a pick 6 by Seattle's defense, taken in by Uchenna Nwosu.
They did get a substitution in there.
And they bring a pressure as well, and May got knocked out as Witherspoon came under pressure, and Uchenna Nwosu is going the distance for a touchdown!
Same blitz, right? They're going to come here, they're going to go there, and here's the side, because as a quarterback, you have vision to that side, but he has not seen that blitz, and he hasn't had an answer for it. He did show a few answers, but you just have to sometimes tip your cap to the other team. They were physically tougher and stronger, and mentally they got the job done against us too.
And it comes out, and Nwosu comes up and gets it right out of the air. Well, Sam Darnold's the first USC quarterback to start a Super Bowl, and Nwosu, another Trojan, fights on to the end zone. It's been an uphill fight all night for the Patriots. K9, as he's known, Kenneth Walker welcomes the defense back. As the dark side defense has been lights out.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. And for the final time, I'll send it over to Jaden and Zach with their final thoughts.
Thank you, Josh. Well, it was an incredible NFL season. Yeah. We were very lucky to have been doing the show. Jaden, any final thoughts from you?
I mean, yeah, just a lot of fun doing this. I mean, obviously we do this kind of just me and you, but being able to come into the studio, do it, discuss kind of more in depth about each game, a lot of fun. And yeah, one of the more entertaining seasons since I've been an NFL fan.
Absolutely. So. That will wrap up our final edition of Red Zone Recap. A big thanks to Tim and everyone who has helped us with producing this show from September up until now. For the final time, my name is Zach.
And my name is Jaden.
And we thank you for watching Red Zone Recap. See ya.